How can you have the cards you really, really want? Welcome to MTG Tuesdays tips and tricks, and today I want to talk about getting those cards you're really looking for, you're trying to get, and how you can acquire those without being thousands of millions of dollars in. And it's really, really simple, quite honestly, and there's lots of ways to do it, but the easiest way is we all have cards, right? Everyone has collections, no matter how. If you're just starting out, you do have cards. If you've been in this for years, you've got a large collection of cards, and probably decks. You don't even realize what's in those decks. And how do you get these cards? Well, it's very simple. The best bet is to start trading those in. And I can kind of explain how to trade stuff in and help you do that. You can try to sell them yourself as well. You might get a little bit more, but it's going to take a little more time. But if you go to like your LGS, or you trade two people, if you trade person to person, it's a little bit easier because you kind of be like LGSs and things like that. They have to have a little bit of wiggle room in there. They're going to give you a percentage of what it is. You can go to Magicons and trade. Depending on what you're looking for, sometimes LGSs may not have the cards, and a lot of times you're better trading for trade credit than cash. Maybe you're looking for dual hands. Maybe you're looking for specific art types. The best way to do it is to trade cards, and we all have cards that are just sitting that we don't touch. I'm looking at my shelf to my left here. I've got decks on here I haven't touched in months, if not years, and I'm actually in the process now going through and wanting to do a bunch of trades to try to get better cards, or also to sell those cards and stuff like that. But if you have cards like that, you've got decks you haven't played, you can do it. Now, when you're first starting out, it's a little bit harder because you're just getting in. Your best bet is to slowly trade up as you open packs and stuff like that, and you get cards. I don't really need this card right now. Don't do this thing that I was bad about and I've done. I set cards and I say, oh, I'll use this card, oh, I'll use this card, oh, I'll use this card, oh, I'll use this card. And then now I've got like thousands of cards that are just in this, I'll use this card, but I've not used it yet. You do want to have a collection just in case you ever want to build stuff. So you can go back and grab and be like, oh, I need this card, this card, this card. But honestly, it's better to trade a lot of this stuff in, especially cards over like $2 and more. If you're not going to hold on to it, go ahead and trade it. If you're not using it, trade it while you can, because it's a good card. It's a good chance to get more and more cards, to get better and better cards, and you can get those desirable cards. That's how I've been able to get, and was able to get a full-on a CDH deck where I do not have a single proxy in the deck. Now, I technically still need to get an official Grim Monolith for that deck, but I will get it. I have one of the like yellow border ones that I can still use, and it's not a problem unless I'm in a tournament that's like, oh, you got to have the specific one, and then I'm trading to get one. It's just not hard. I can get one. It's not that, but that's my next thing to trade to get. But here's the thing: you start trading, and you can either like trade up to get other cards. So you're like, I need a Vampiric Tutor. Okay, we'll get some cards together, trade up for that Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, all these things. And you have those cards. Now you're going to eventually get more. As you open more packs, you'll get more. You also have bulk. And usually a lot of times stores do like $5 to $10 for like I think it's per 1,000 on bulk. Just not bad. Some stores may not take it. Some stores may take it. You find those places that do. There are places that always are buying bulk and bulk pricing. Now, granted, you may be able to go through some of that and get cheaper. You can also try to sell it yourself, or like be like, hey, look, here's a box for like $10, $20. I'll see what people want. But it's all about trading. Trade those cards that you don't need. Save up. You're like, well, I don't have anything I need right now, but I have all these cards. Go ahead and trade all those cards you don't need, and then just get you some cards you can. Be like, you know what? I'm going to just take all this stuff, and I'm going to get cards that I want. So I'm going to get, a couple of Vampiric Tutors, Ristic Studies. I'm going to get the special, or I'm going to get some dual lands. You want to get cards you need. The best way is to keep trading. I have purchased cards, but realistically, I'm probably net positive when it comes to all of my cards between trading and swapping around. I've got like modern deck that I don't play as much anymore, that I'm probably going to take a bunch of the cards out of it, maybe swap to a different modern deck. I don't know just yet. But as you do it, you can swap and trade in and get different cards and go to that different level. Find people to trade with, find what you're looking for. And it's really fun to do at Magicon. It's really fun to do at LGS. Find those people who are trading, but also trade your LGS. A lot of times, if you have really good cards or different cards, they'll give you a better value. But just also know, like, when you look at your deck list and you're like, oh, it says my deck is worth $500. Realistically, if you've got like 40 cards in there that are under like $2, you're probably not going to get that much for them. So you kind of can like keep the value out. You're going to get more of your value for your more expensive cards and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But know that you can trade up and get some awesome cards. You want the cards you like. You need the cards you like. Trade, trade, trade. Stop letting your cards just pile up in a corner and they're just collecting dust. You're like, yeah, but I'll use them one day. I'm building that deck. I'm going to use them one day. No, you're not going to use them one day. You need to trade them in and get the cards you want. Let me know in the comments below, what are your dream cards? What cards are you looking to try to get? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe we can start some kind of trade chain going on. You'd be like, hey, I have this card, I'm looking for this card, and we can start that in the comments below. Let me know in the comments though, and as always, we'll see you next time.